So Who I Ever Loved 2 just came out on Netflix, and I recently just saw it, and guys, it's pretty predictable. You guys know what I'm gonna say just by the title. I have really mixed feelings about this movie. So before I get more in depth on this review, guys, let's just kind of go over the synopsis of the movie. So as the movie picks off from last time, we see Lara Jean and Peter date. As we know, everything goes well, everything is perfect. What can go wrong? Oh wait, we need something to happen. So that's when John Ambrose comes into play because he got a letter all the way back from Lara Jean. So John Ambrose sends her back a super sophisticated card, handwritten in cursive, and basically says like, hey, I'm down to link up. So basically, guys, we see Lara Jean struggle to find which guy she wants to date. And as you know, guys, this probably movie isn't directed towards me, but I still wanted to give it its fair day in court. I want to review it, see how other movies are made, because as you guys know, I am a writer. I love to see different types of genres, different types of movies, see what's being created. Okay, guys, so I think we should start off with the intro. So first off, we see Lara Jean dancing to a fucking pop song. And not gonna lie, guys, I'm kind of tired of movies starting this way. I would really prefer if they did something a bit more sophisticated. I'm tired of just seeing, the pop song, girl dancing, the sister comes in, super cliche, but is what it is. We then see her get ready for her date with Peter, and everything goes well. They drive off. We find out it's the first day. We're getting some characterization from them. Everything's actually going pretty nice. The date goes well. She comes home. Everything's happy. Boom, we get the problem. Now, the thing I really love about this movie, guys, is some scenes feel so real. Like, I'm hearing the dialogue between Lara Jean and Peter, and I'm like, yeah, that's exactly how I talked to my girlfriend in high school only 3 years ago. So I could really relate to this, actually. The dialogue felt super real and natural. But characters just didn't play it out that way. And I don't know if it's the acting per se, but just something about the other characters' tone didn't really fit. All right, let's get back on track, guys. So eventually, right there and there, she gets the card from John Stamos. Nope, not John Stamos, the guy from Full House. So after Lara reads John's card and everything, she's not really sure if she should write back or whatever. I'm assuming she can't find his Instagram or anything that we would actually do in 2020. But let's write a fucking letter back. First though, she obviously has to check with Pete, her boyfriend, because she's new to this shit, so she needs to learn. And scenes like this though is where we actually get really good dialogue between Lara and Peter. Like I said, those parts feel super real, and then we have to really mix it in with scenes that just don't make sense. Like right after this, I think we got a whole bocce ball scene where Lara has to end up taking care of somebody so that way she can meet John's character later on. And she makes this ridiculous shot, and I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? So I believe it's a nursery home that she has to help out at, and then she obviously meets John there, and that's how they connect. So obviously John brings up the card dilemma saying, hey, you sent me that card, are we still kind of in? What's the play here? She never brings up that she's dating Peter, but we know that John knows about Peter and his ex's relationship and how they used to be friends, Lara and Peter's ex. So basically, they're all a tight group friendship, but we don't know why or how. They just are. So I think that's what really separates this movie from other really good romantic comedies is the characters. You really can't have that many characters to focus in on, guys, because this movie does a really bad job of that. There's just way too many characters for this type of movie that they're just trying to spoon feed us, and it does not come out good. It's just really tired. There are some really funny scenes though, guys, especially, this is probably my favorite scene. When they do that Backstreet Boys song in the classroom, guys, tell me you weren't dying when that shit happened. I'm here thinking, if that actually happened in high school, that would be fucking awesome and hilarious. I can only imagine a teacher being pissed as fuck though, and then those people walk in and then he just flips out on them while they're singing. Okay, guys, let's talk about some of the camera work this does before we move on to later on in the movie. It's very boring and bland. We see a couple of close-ups when we get the letter and then facial expressions. But other than that, guys, it's very just two-shot. We see, one character, then it goes back to the other character, then back to that character. And it's just nothing, it's very boring. Nothing really crazy. I get you want to do the safe route since it's just a romantic teen comedy. But hell, man, people kill for this shit. Put a little of your flair in there. Why not? What do you have to lose? All right, let's talk about this treehouse scene. So this protagonist that we so care about makes a brilliant idea of bringing the two guys that she's crushing on to the same fucking place. Now, why the fuck would you, what is gonna come out of that good? You're just gonna get fucking Peter pissed that you have to fucking deal with this asshole that's trying to bang her. So obviously, I'm kind of rooting for Peter here. Why would you do that? That just kind of makes no sense. I get that she's trying to play out as friends and not trying to hurt anybody, but come on, guy, you're 16, you're not that fucking naive. we see the ex-girlfriend kind of trying to bring in tension, like, oh, I didn't bring anything in this time capsule, because that's what they're there for. They dig up a time capsule that was been fucking there for, I guess, a couple years. I don't even know. Whatever. And then the very end scene, they're cleaning up pizza and cupcakes, and the guy's like, oh no, I could clean up, I can help my girlfriend do this on my own. And I'm like, I thought you guys were friends, why you gotta be a dick about it though? And some scenes like that don't feel too real, but I think the scenes that feel so real when it's really just Peter and it's just her thumb together talking, I think those scenes are easily the most authentic scenes of the movie. So there's this other subplot where the girls are trying to get their dad laid by the neighbor. And I mean, I guess if you want to add that in there, go ahead. But like I said, guys, movies like this don't need so many fucking subplots. We already have, you know, Laura's friend trying to get laid. We have this guy trying to get laid. We have the mom everyone's trying to get laid in this show. Can we just keep it with 2 people, please? Can I just do that, please? Thank you. So they make up this thing called Fakesgiving, where there's Thanksgiving in March, and they're trying to make a scene about green beans and make it all. Honestly, I guess it's okay, but at this point in the movie, guys, I don't really give a shit about that. It's just like, come on, you can't pull this shit out now after the fucking treehouse scene. So Laura's best friend kind of gets Peter in trouble. She shows him a scene with Peter and his ex kind of talking. And then eventually we get a scene where Laura ends up talking to, you know, Peter's ex, and they become friends because they were friends. And guys, it just doesn't work because no one's set up. They didn't set shit up in the first movie at all. So they're trying to relapse everything, and this one really comes off bad. So I guess they break up over this shit. We get a small montage of an aquarium. So I guess they're broken up. We don't really get an affirmative breakup, but then we do eventually. Laura has to end up going back to the nursing home to take care of a dance for the elderly. Guess who's there? Fucking John. And they're right next to each other serving punch to these old people, but the old people are like, we can get punch on our own. Why don't you 2 dance? You guys are fucking hot and blah, blah, blah. So whatever. So obviously the movie wants us to know that it's okay. Laura and Peter are on a break or breakup, whatever you want to call it. So that's why it's okay for John to dance with her. Otherwise, it'd be totally crazy. Man, I wish the movie had some balls. Like, why not they're dating? Like, let her cheat on him. Like, make it feel more real. Make it go there. This movie just doesn't want to go there. So eventually, Laura kisses this guy, John, and the kiss isn't what she wants. She gives him that face that everyone knows, oh, it's the wrong guy. And then we get this scene, I call it the long hallway scene. She runs down this hallway after the fairy godmother gave her the speech about, you know, life's short, whatever the fuck, and keeping the wedding dress looking thing. So she goes in this long ass hallway. Guess who's right outside in the fucking snow, which looks so fake I wanted to fucking cry. It's my dog Peter. Peter's like, look, I'm sorry, I don't know what I was doing. I'm a guy, I have a dick, I'm a guy, just take me back, I'm good looking, you saw my shot in lacrosse. So, and then she takes the guy, and that's the end of the movie, guys. Yeah, this is the movie, guys. This is kind of a sad, predictable story. Like I said, guys, I have mixed feelings because sometimes the writing just feels so real and invested, and then we get to scenes that just nobody gives a shit about, characters we don't care about, camera angles that just look terrible, characters who can't act, shit that we don't give a fuck, subplots that we don't want to see. You know, if we would have just kept this movie way more plot driven and, you know, just focus more on Peter and Laura, you know, fuck that sister, throw her in a goddamn tunnel somewhere, this movie could have been way better than I thought it could be. Fortunately, it's not. So, but you know, it is what it is. If you have a fun time with it, you know, I hope you got a fun time with it. You know, I sat through it and honestly really wasn't bored through it, but I was able to predict almost the whole fucking movie watching it, which is not really fun. So before I sign off, guys, thank you so much for watching. This really means a lot. Please leave your comments and love in the comment section. Leave a like, subscribe, whatever you want to do, guys. And I'll see you guys again, hopefully sooner than next week for a video. Peace.